I want to take you back to Tammy. 1 month into a new job, she made a mistake. It wasn't a technical mistake, nothing too serious. She sent an update directly to a senior executive. Very clear, well written, accurate. And by the end of the day, her manager called her in, not to shout at her, not to correct the work, but to ask her one question. Why did you skip me? Timmy was confused. In school, if you had the right answer, you speak up, right? You submit your exam sheet once you fill in the answer, you get the mark. But in that moment, she realized something no one had explained to her. The workplace is not just about what you do. It's about how, when, and through whom you do it. This was the day Timmy discovered something most young professionals learn the hard way. Every workplace run on rules that nobody writes down. And if you don't learn those rules, you will keep making mistakes you don't even understand. Welcome to Daddy of the Young Professional. My name is Fesoluwa Dunse, and this is episode 4 of our series, Transition from School to the Workplace. In the last episode, we talked about what the workplace actually requires beyond the classroom. Today, we are zooming into the first and one of the most important of those requirements, which is understanding the unwritten rules of the workplace. Because here's the truth. Many people don't fail at work because they are incompetent. They fail because they are unaware. And today, we are going to fix that. Unwritten rules are the invisible guidelines that shape how things actually work in an organization. They are not necessarily in the job descriptions, they are not in your onboarding slides, but they influence almost everything, your growth, your relationship, your opportunities, things like what needs to be informed before a decision is made, how communication flows, what your manager really values, who hold influence beyond the title, what behaviors are rewarded quietly. The classroom gave you clear instructions, but the workplace gives you patterns and they expect you to notice them. So, the first unwritten rule most people learn the hard way is hierarchy and communication flow. Yes, hierarchy and communication flow. Not everything should go directly to the top, not because your work isn't good enough, but because organization operates through structure. Respecting that structure shows awareness. It shows that you are aware. Breaking it, even unintentionally, can create friction. Before you send that message, ask yourself, who should see this first? Who needs to be aligned before escalation? Am I following the flow of communication here? In school, speed gave you advantage, and in the workplace, alignment gives you advantage. The second unwritten rule is influence is not always tied to title. There are people in every organization who carry weight, not because of their role, but because of their experience, their relationships, and the trust that they have built over time. These are people others listen to in meeting. These are people whose opinions shape decisions. Learning to identify them early will help you navigate smarter. Not everyone who speaks has authority, and not everyone with authority speaks loudly. Mm. Dear young professional, every manager has priorities, even if they never say it clearly. Some value speed, some value accuracy, some value communication, some value independence. And if you don't understand what your manager values, you may be doing good work, but not the right work. Watch out for patterns like how they praise, what do they correct quickly, what frustrates them the most. Success at work is not just about doing more. It's about doing what matters to the people that you report to. So you are asking, how do I navigate this unwritten rule in the workplace? I want you to know that one of the most important skills to navigating unwritten rule in the workplace is observation. Yes, observation is a skill, and this is it. Watch how meetings flow, watch how decisions are made, watch how people communicate across level, watch what gets rewarded and what gets ignored. The workplace will not always explain itself to you, but it will always reveal itself if you were paying attention. And one more thing I want to talk about, which is very important, is when you get corrected as a young professional on something you didn't know, or even something that you know, don't take it personal. You're not being attacked. You are being introduced into the system. Growth in your career often begins when assumption ends, right? Let's go back to Tina's story. The moment with a manager wasn't about the email, it was about awareness. And once she understood that, everything changed. She didn't just focus on doing her work, she started learning how the workplace actually worked. And that is the difference between struggling and growing in your career. Your competence will open doors for you, but your awareness will help you stay and rise. This is Area of Young Professional. We're not just helping you get into the workplace, we are helping you understand how the workplace actually works. And I'll see you in episode 5 of this episode. Ensure you share, you like,